444 represents archangels who are ready to help you.
How does it feel, Jeremiah, to be the first enemy of the year, the new season, 21 seasons? And I'm talking about you. This little spineless snake doesn't have the guts to acknowledge that he's been brought up on this show several hundreds of times. Remember when we watched you eat eggs on Something's Burning, Jeremiah, you gross Christian?
Ooh, and 1 hour ago, he posted The Last Riff, a crowd work documentary.
Oh, The Last Riff. You know, he does a show, I'm sure you've heard of this one from Joe Rogan. He does a show in L.A. called Stand Up on the Spot. Stand Up on the Spot. Have you seen your favorite comics take a stab at this? Have you seen the big fat guy from Are You Garbage? I have to. I know this is mean to do. We have to show them Ethan's new tick. So get that next. The Are You Garbage guy. Oh. That could have been me, but I watched my weight. I cared about my health. I could have been the Are You Garbage guy. Great hair. Big fat body. Imagine his bare naked tush hanging out, that Are You Garbage guy, and then that balding, sickly Are You Recycle guy. He's horrible. They've done Stand Up on the Spot, Jeremiah's little show, and what Stand Up on the Spot is, it's an improv game. You know, Joe Rogan has lifted this. So, yeah, okay, listen. Jeremiah Watkins has a show called Stand Up at the Spot, and this is at the Comedy Store. This is where a comic gets on stage, one of your favorites, Tim Dillon, Louis J. One of your favorites gets on stage, and then the audience yells out a suggestion. And then the comic, so yell something out, Jules. I'll be the comic. Anyone got any suggestions?
HBO's The Idol.
Oh, The Idol. Okay, I got this. So, anybody here hate people that are idols? And it's like, wow, bravo. And then the audience is even going, Is either going to do any material, or is it all just them riffing, which we despise here? Remember, somebody riffing, that's something to despise. It's very hard to watch. You don't want to see an adult riff. We don't riff here. None of this is riffing. So I don't like riffing. I don't like improv. I don't like an improv game that you learned at class, and here's an upgraded version for the stage. And to have Jeremiah host this with that $3,000 smile, he gets up there and he goes, he really sachets around. He's a real fake person, Jules. Jeremiah.
Yes.
Let's show that little video again. Start hating this guy, guys. Start hating him with me. I'm telling you, you will feel so much better. Take it from me. If you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling low, if you're ever having a bad day, focus in on somebody and hate their guts. You will feel incredible. This is normal. This is what you should be doing. Here he is. Wait till you see this fuck. And you've seen him. That's the thing. You've already seen him. Here he is. Kill that music. We're just... So here he is. Here's Jeremiah Watkins, and this was the summer of Floyd. I already showed you this. I'll show you again.
And they were taking in this beautiful, powerful, peaceful protest. And they had to take in the signs.
He's being
around
serious.
that said,
This
"Black
isn't a
Lives
gag
Matter."
like me.
And that made me sad that that's not an obvious thing, that we're having to teach our kids this. How is it not? Of course that's what it is.
Let him speak.
We can do better. I know we can. And I just want to say, as
Better
a white
with black
person,
people.
I stand with the black community. I love you and I support you.
Here it is. This is the opening.
Do I have your attention?
Listen.
Black lives matter.
I mean, is that not enough to hate him for life? You can't come back from that. Until today, he did something worse. She did something worse.
2020 was a crazy time.
No, it wasn't. These guys were just acting completely psychotic.
Did you
There was
see
nothing.
that
You didn't see me do that.
Did you see that the biggest star of 2020, Hannah Gadsby, everybody's turned on her?
I heard Hannah Gadsby, and believe me, comics, they took the easy way out and they made fun of my pal, Nanette. Remember, I used to, when this Nanette came out, I used to go to lunches with her where we'd talk about how much better we were than everybody else. How people don't get us, how we're better, and we'd roll our eyes and laugh as we spend so much money on all this stuffed biscuits and all this crap. And now I guess she's being laughed out of town, so the comics were right. This is not comedy, the men said. I don't believe that. I think her special was great. Nanette. And, but people, this isn't comedy.
I don't think you watched
this
it,
isn't
but you
comedy.
like the name.
Oh, I watched it. And I can't get on board with something everybody's doing. And if you're all going to hate Nanette, then I'm going to be the person to like her. Sorry. So here he is. This is Jeremiah Watkins, and he's a trier. I mean, he's doing it all. Every day he's posting 1,000 little clips, trying a million different... Let's watch a little bit of his stand-up here. Let's see what he says. Come on, Jerry. Come on, hit it. Hit it, boy.
With one woman, right?
Okay, here he is. Look how he mugs. Oh, they're muting me again.
Game with rap, you know what I mean? But my story, I've only had sex with one woman, right?
He's doing my voice.
It could breed a new
Look at that
genre
hair.
of rap music. Loyal
Look
rap
at that
music.
hair. Every day it's a clip like this. Every day.
My wife's my whole world, so don't you even dare to compare to her. One girl for life, every day, every night. She's my blue sky, and I'm a kite. She can do no wrong, only right. Loving her too much, my only play. That's one kitty for eternity.
Now, are you allowed to kill somebody's baby?
Depends if they are about to attack you in
Listen,
self-defense.
I'm telling you, I just watched John Wick 4 last night, and I'm in the spirit. I'm in the spirit of all that stuff that he did. John Wick 4, of course, with Michio Kaku. Okay, did you see Michio Kaku, the blind guy? Do I understand why you all like John Wick? Nope. It must be the tube lights that they set up behind every scene to make it look like a neon wonderland, huh? Everything's a neon place. By the way, there is no difference between John Wick 4 and La Machina. La Machine. Nobody has a better The Machine review than us coming up today. You guys are in store for an actually great episode. Now that I think of it.
I know.
You're so fucked. All right, so here's this guy. Everybody knows Jerry, right? You know, we got a lot of new supporters this year for our show, Jules. Sometimes maybe they missed who this guy is. You know, maybe
matter.
You got to stop talking. I've clicked on your thing there. You know, sometimes people miss these guys, Jules. Let's say we've got 100 new supporters since the last season. They might not know him. They might have tuned in because they see us make fun of Big Mike, right? So maybe they don't know Jeremiah. You got to give people a little backstory, a little intro. I think people appreciate that about Red Bar and how we do this. So you've seen this guy, right? He's trying to bulk up.
Can you give me any advice to
Look at that hair. Look at that hair.
bulk up a little bit? Any suggestions for me?
Wait.
You're like, he's too far gone.
You see this $1 million smile that he tries to pull off? Look at this disgusting haircut. Ooh! Can we see that? Why does he make it like that? Why does it got to be a combed? You know, that's not the right hairstyle. That's not the right product for this hairstyle. He's using like a hard wax, but to do a long.
You should do your hair like that next week just to see if you can.
Do
'cause
my
I think
nose like that. And you see this bullshit smile he's got on his face? Wait till you hear what I caught him doing. That the listener in the Bring Back group caught him doing. And I'll tell you, it was so bad, Jules, that I replied in the comment thread. What I'm about to show you that he did was so bad. I've never replied with this in my life. It was the cutest reply I've ever done. I wrote, "What the fucking fuck?" That's what I'm about to show you. You're going to go, "What the fucking fuck?" It's that bad. So let's see if we could catch it here. He's had another new kid. He's got no business having kids.
Is this his second kid?
This is his second son.
Hell yeah.
Second son. So this guy is one of these guys. He's doing 6 shows a night. He's doing 1 million Instagram things a day. He's trying to be, he tries to situate himself into everyone else's business. You know, now that he should have moved to Austin. I think that was a big mistake for him. He stayed back. He was in the old Kill Tony band. Now, the new Kill Tony audience doesn't even know who he is anymore. They brought back the old band a few months ago. The new crowd didn't know the old band. Uh-oh. They don't even know him. So all the old jokes, they meant nothing.
I wonder if they regret not moving. I'm curious.
Let's, before I show you what he's done here, let me just check out this.
Chilling here with the boys, watching Spider-Man.
Okay. So here's the old baby. And remember, he's posting these beautiful boys. By the way. I love other people's sons. I'm a big Phoenix Suns fan. Red Bar Suns is our team. We love other people's boys. That's, can I see your kid's neck? Imagine that, Jeremiah. Imagine that on this one.
Why, as Jeremiah, would you post, like, if you're in the comedy community, just don't. I never understand how people post these kids all over for
he's got no business having no kids. You know, I always say, if you don't have any money, having kids is child abuse to the kids. Here's the new one. And remember, this guy's never been with his girl in his whole life. He was afraid. Remember that story Brian Redband told me? He said, dude, Jeremiah is so weird. We brought him to the strip club, and he had like a total freak out, and he put his head down and ran towards the door and left. And he went like this. He said that he was having like a polygamist freak out, or not polygamist, like a Puritan freak out. He was so scared of the women. And then all of a sudden, he finds this psycho. They get married, and they start pumping out kids immediately. He had no business being he hasn't even figured out his own shtick yet. He doesn't even know what his voice is on stage. If you don't know your voice on stage, you can't be having a kid. You at least got to know your persona. I'm ready to have a child. I'm ready to have a lot of kids. You know, these assholes who go, Mike, you should have a kid. You should have Oh, yeah. Would you like Red Bar every 71 days? Because that's what it would be. Because if you have a kid, you drop everything, and now you have to train the kid to be the best person in the world. If you don't have the patience for that, then you don't have what it takes to make a kid. Don't make a kid unless you plan on... It's like don't open a restaurant unless it's the best pizza in town. Don't open up a hot dog place if it's the 7th worst hot dog place on the block. But they do. They do. So I say that for kids. If your kid's not going to be one of the best kids, what's the point? Just to flood the market? Just to get some presents? You were bored of your little life? Not enough people celebrating you and you wanted a presents thing? That will make you whole. That's what they think. They sit around. They're so bored and lonely. And then they go, what can I do? I bet if I had kids, I'd be like, come on, the world would rule. And then they pretend that it rules now. You would never understand. I've had kids, trust me. Gave them back. It was so boring. And again, if I have a kid, then I'm done with my life. And now I am like a sensei. I'm like Master Splinter, right? And then you teach the kids, and then every day would be working on this kid and I'd be going nuts because I can't let my kid go to school. I can't let my kid do all this stuff. I can't let my kid go to a weird Jewish kid's house. You know, like me, I grew up, my parents made me play with an Indian kid named Sachin. Sachin. It could have been Sachin. But I called him Sachin. His house smelled like Tang. I would go like this. Mama, pick me up. Pick me up. This kid stinks. And they'd be like, oh, he doesn't like it. They made Tang sandwiches for us.
Remember going to your friend's house as a kid and eating dinner with your family?
Oh, was there anything worse than eating the disgusting food somebody else's parents made?
Like, sure, your parents' food is whatever.
Their salads?
But a stranger's parent, or not a stranger, just someone else's
Yes,
parents'
they don't know how to
food?
cook. No. I go, your parents are chefs? They go, no. I go, well, why are they making dinner, though? Oh, your parents are world star chefs? No. Oh, what do they do for a living? Well, my mom works at Target and my dad is a lawyer. Jewish, of course. Well, then why are they making dinner?
Even if your friend's dad like brought home Subway or something, it was still like off.
It was off because they did it a different way. Yes. Even if you went to McDonald's with a friend's dad,
yes,
he would do McDonald's not the way you're used to. It would be off. Ooh. That's a great metaphor for my entire life. Everybody besides me is off. Do you feel this way at home? I'm here. I'm your messiah to lead you into that feeling. That's why I'm here. And you're right. Lean into that. They're all off. Most people are off. Not us.
I had this one friend that I went over to.
Not us. LOL, yes. They're saying takeout was still weird. That's from Jules. Pretty good for a girl, for a Jew. Go on, Jewel.
I went to this kid's house all the time, and his mom would make just different versions of things in, like, you know, those spinach and tomato colored wraps. Oh. Like, you know, when you would get that.
Yes.
I don't know what to call it other than a wrap. Like
a spinach
tortilla.
wrap. Yeah, a large tortilla with speckles.
And that's fine, whatever. Delicious wrap.
Okay.
But just the way that she
Was it cold?
Yes, she always had these wraps, and every time you'd have the dinner, it was something in the wrap, and I would go over there and I'd be like, the wrap again?
There's no flavor.
It's so dry.
It's so cold. All I'm tasting is freezing cold ingredients.
And every time I see one of those, to this day, I'm like...
Like, it could be bologna and cheese ice cold, or it could be like lettuce, tomato, onion, and turkey all cold. It's going to taste the same.
Ugh. Every day they had that for dinner. No change.
I used to go over to this kid's house. His dad would make burgers, right? They would be these.
Good.
Nope. He'd baste them with barbecue sauce while he was cooking them. No, thank you.
Hell no.
You gotta see. If you go to someone's house, the safest best bet is to look into their long pantry. If they don't have a long pantry, get out. That's not a real kid. You got to have a long pantry next to the fridge that opens like this, okay? It's a long door, long skinny door. If they just have upper cabinets for a pantry, that's...
No.
All you're going to find in there is the mom's Salem's. So, your best bet at a kid's house, if you're ever eating dinner at a kid's house, just see if they've got Little Debbie Hostess and Little Debbie snacks. Swiss rolls. That's your best bet. Couple fruit roll-ups, couple Swiss rolls. Rain check on the main entree.
What you want when you're at your friend's house is to be in the fully stocked kids' playground basement with like 50 TVs and tons of snacks. And then the mom calls down, you want some dinner? And then your friend goes, no, Mom. And then you don't.
Yep. And that concludes our version of snacks bit. Thank you. All right, Jeremiah wonders, he's chilling with the boys. I was kidding about kissing the boys. I know a lot of people are up in arms about saving the kids.
Lately, more than ever.
You should have seen what I did to Target. I kicked over this whole stand at Target. I went into Target. I went crazy. I saw red. And I started, do you see what I did to Target? It was on the news. I went in there and I go, what the fuck is this homo? And I broke a cardboard cutout over my knee. They go, sir, you got to leave. I fucking hate Target. You know what Target is? They're targeting kids. Did you hear about this? So I'm just kidding when I say to some kid that I'm actually looking at here. But at Target, they're not kidding. They're coming for those kids. We need to burn down the idea of targeting kids. You see this? Okay, let's just watch his video one more time, and then I'll tell you what Jeremiah Wonders did that got me so perturbed. And this is going to make us feel better. You guys ready to feel amazing today? Based on other people's pain? Watch this.
Chilling here with the boys, watching Spider-Man, but what you should be watching tonight is my new crowdwork doc that I just dropped.
Promoting.
Called The Last Riff. Check it out on my YouTube now. A lot of fun. Chilling here with the boys.
If my dad made a TikTok during my pregnancy, it'd be over.
How about no promos when you're with your son?
No promo. Kanye West. Kanye West wasn't out there doing damnda when the kids were born. He was holding the kids with a giant smile and a giant chain like me. Yeah. So, Jeremiah, this is what got me out of bed. Thank you for posting this. This is what made me go, enough being sick. It's time to get back to work. Okay, enough with this Jewish bullshit. And it was this. Wait till you see this. You're going to fucking die. I could read this all day. If this was all we were showing you on the show today, I could die a happy man. Is it going to open for me yet? Okay, watch this. And maybe we could see who posted this. Nope, I cut him out. Okay. Here's Jeremiah's posting these wonderful pictures of this new cretin that he's made. New baby. Okay? No business having two. This looks like Dave Gibson, TAPPINSKINS family, for God's sakes.
Hey, TAPPINSKINS family's nice.
TAPPINSKINS, you got enough money for those kids? Anybody out there, by the way, if you have two kids and they're not rich, come see me. I want to give your kids some money. Let's give someone's kid.
TAPPINSKINS family.
How about
makes
this?
Me want to have a kid. Whenever I see him on his story, they're out there having a freaking blast. Let me say.
I got a new contest idea called The Godfather. Okay. Let me, in trade for a nice amount of money to get these kids up to speed, I am the legal godfather of one listener's child. Who's in? I'm talking about $1,000 to $3,000, and that gives me access to Godfather, to one of your kids, and I could privately speak with them if I need. I could pick them up.
3,000.
I could do stuff like that. To believe me, a lot of these kids need. Well, there's a lot of people up there. $3,000 they could. You can't even go to Disney World for $3,000 anymore for 4 days. I was watching a Disney World tour the other day, bawling my eyes out, bawling, thinking about how fun it would be at Disney World right now. Even the humidity of Orlando makes me bawl. Anyway, look at this. So Jeremiah has another kid. Okay, that's not the disgusting part to you, probably. To me, that's bad enough. A fool like this having two kids should be bad. You should look at that as child abuse. But no, the world goes, congrats, right? Congrats, congrats, congrats. Celebrate them. And this is why people have kids. People sit around and they go, how could I get celebrated? How could I fit in? How could I feel wonderful? Well, I'll have these kids. You get married. That party's over, right? Then you have kids. Now you can have another party. People are like invested. They're making sure you got money, right? It's a nice way to make sure people are giving you money. You know, it's a nice way if you're really scared of life. You have a couple of kids, and that will really, that'll make sure everything's fine. I can't tell you how goofy this is to have these kids. You know, especially in Dr. Peterson's America.
Tell me about it, bro.
With all these people trying to rape your kids at every turn. You can't even shop. Where are you going to shop with a kid? bring him to Target, he's going to end up like Dolly Parton, shaking around. He'll have 2 massive tits by the time he's 4. You take him to Target. So look at this. This is what's going to drive you wild. And this is what took me about an hour to get comfortable enough to cover. Listen to this. My new son is here. Whitaker Zach Watkins. 8 pounds, 13 ounces. That's nothing. So he's a mealy baby. What do they call that? A preemie. A lot of people think I was born a preemie.
I think 8
You're
pounds
wrong.
is pretty big for
You're wrong. I don't know. 8 pounds is nothing. You should see 8 pounds. I'm doing lateral raises with 10. I'm up to 10 pounds on lateral raises. Everybody knows how complicated that could be. So 8 pounds is nothing. I could take 2 of his babies and do this, no problem. 4 sets of 12, no problem. Using my shoulders. You know, I'm not using the forearms to bring that up. I'm activating these things. So I'll grab 2 of his babies by the neck. I'll use the pinky. Have you ever used the pinky method on these lateral raises? You ever do this? Here, get it straight in there. You hold the babies with your pinky. Somebody edit that in. His 2 kids like that. They're only 8 pounds. My new son is here. Whitaker Zach Watkins.
And you're telling everybody your son's
see that.
full name, birthday.
Yes.
Why don't you post his social security?
Yeah. Want to sign my son up for a Gap card?
Come on.
8 pounds,
TMI.
13 ounces, born June 2nd. And I'll tell you why it's TMI. I'll tell you why people share. Because I needed the money. Now, don't read along. I'm guessing you guys are like me. You can't read. So don't read along. Look at this. Born June 2nd, 10:30 p.m. That's when the Tonight Show starts in Illinois.
That baby is up past his
Imagine
bedtime.
you're born, the Tonight Show, and then your baby gets born. That's like, he's born to be a star just like you. He's born right during the monologue. 10:30 p.m., June 2nd. Look at this. Okay, I got to calm down because this is the best thing I've ever seen. Hopefully, you audio listeners are on the edge of your seats. Listen to this. And I know this is
Now
being
he's taking a
annoying.
drink.
Being annoying. A lot of my friends have said, let me know if I can do anything when the baby comes. If you send food or drop it off, that's the best thing you can do. If you want to send money for Uber Eats / DoorDash, that's awesome too. I don't care if this comes off as tacky. I'm exhausted and I'm in charge of meal prep for my family. An emoji like this, like this. Thanks for the love and positivity. What? Tommy NC 2010, everybody. So, are we up to speed on what's going on here? He has a kid. He's begging for free food. This will not stand. This will not last.
You're only in charge of meal prep
Okay.
for the family. Can you make a nice meal for your new son?
Meal prep?
That's what he said.
It should not be called meal prep. I'm sorry. I'm in charge of meal. I would hope so. I would hope somebody's doing food for the family. See, he thinks of it as like a little event, like stand up on the spot. Oh, should there be food? I'm in charge of the food. Is this not blowing your mind? And it doesn't end here. This wasn't a one-off. But let me read you that again. Look at this. A lot of people say, is there anything I could do when the baby comes? If you send food or drop it off, that's the best thing you could do. If you want to send money for Uber Eats / DoorDash, that's awesome too. I don't care if this comes off tacky. I'm exhausted and I'm in charge of meal prep for the family. Thanks for the love and positivity. Now I'm going through the comments here and everyone's just going, congrats, congrats, congrats. I go, he don't want congrats. You think he's reading congrats, congrats? Every congrats he see, he's pissed. He's looking for Venmo, idiots. He doesn't want congrats. He wants, here's cash.
He has a thing set up like when I
Are
always
people
check to
going
see
crazy?
if people are scars before letting them into the BBG.
Yeah.
Because it's the only system
Okay.
I have. Jeremiah has a setup like I do, checking the scars usernames, except
Yeah,
for
to see if
checking
people
the
have donated to his.
Venmo.
What can I do? What can we do with this? Here, and this went across all platforms multiple times. Here's another post from his Instagram stories, I believe. And this is so manipulative. Yes, wait till you see this. This is so manipulative. He posts a picture of Ritz crackers with, what is that, salmon on it?
Looks like salmon.
Little pieces of salmon. So it's a plate of Ritz crackers with a little piece of smoked salmon on it. And he goes, I don't know how to cook. This is what I made for us for breakfast. Ha ha, dying laughing.
Well, you need to know how to cook if you have a kid. Sorry.
This is what I mean.
I just can't believe
Why would you have a kid? So what you're trying to do is say, look, I'm about to feed the kid crap. Better send the money or the kid gets this. The new baby. He gets, I don't know what a baby eats. Ritz crackers and salmon. That salmon's going to kill your baby. Believe me, there are parasites in raw salmon. You can't give it to a baby. People don't know that. They think sushi is for everybody. You can't give sushi to a baby.
This doesn't say it.
Most sushi has parasites in it.
What happens when there's another pandemic?
He's threatening the life of his
the
kid.
power grid goes out and you can't order and there's no restaurants. How are you going to feed your kid?
Look at this. So the first slide is this. I don't know how to cook. This is what I made for us for breakfast. Ha ha ha, Gino face. If you want to send money for Uber Eats DoorDash, that's awesome too. Venmo Jeremiah Watkins, Cash App How much money am I donating today?
You got to give some.
Let's give him $3,000 to scare him.
Give him
She's like, that's too much money. That's too much of our money.
Whatever you want.
What do you guys think would be a good enough? I want to skip $2,000.
Just give him $200, but specify that you want the baby to eat white pizza with anchovies.
Nor how about here's $2,000, but you need to photograph your baby eating every one of the meals and show receipts to me of every one of the meals that you get, and I get. I need perks for the donation. I need Patreon level perks of insider footage of your kid in the high chair smashing the salmon with his paws. Look at this. He says, I also don't care if this comes off tacky. So he's doing this on all. He's writing this like I'm writing Red Bar, new episode available now. He's doing this. I'm in charge of meal prep for my family. And this is a whole different post here. And what's this? It's like throw every emoji on there. That way they'll, whatever they think this is, it'll be something for them.
Someone says,
I'm livid.
Didn't this guy brag on Bert's show that he was a great cook and then made crappy eggs? That's
yes.
So true. So he's lying about being a bad cook.
He's manipulating people. And don't you dare give him $1. This should be reported to DCFS, the child custody guys. I learned that term DCFS very quickly when I was a kid. I would threaten my parents with that every day. You got to do your homework. Do you want me to call DCFS? I'll say anything. You could do that now so easily now. You could scare your parents. I wonder how many kids are holding their parents hostage by I'll tell everybody you raped me on Twitter. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Jeremiah wonders, everybody. Was that not as incredible as wasn't that just as incredible as I promised?
That child sushi pic did shock me.
Oh, can people see this? I'm Lisa from Blackbird. What?
Nigga, what? Yeah.
It's just ugly. Who's there?
A murderer.
Murderer who?
Let's kill Logic's kid. Logic baby ugly.